I'd like to send my sympathies and condolences to you, Ambassador, and the people of France. And as a young Australian Muslim, that really means a lot, and I'm really sorry about what happened. I came to Australia in 2003 as an Iraqi refugee, and having also lived in Syria myself, I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've had here in Australia, and that I'm determined to give back to the community that welcomed me here. For the rest of the panel, every time there is a terrorist attack, I and my community have been called upon to condemn and explain ourselves as Muslims about why and how this happened. When do people realize that this has nothing to do with any religion, and when can we move forward?
Andrew MacLeod, I'll start with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question, Mohammed. I'm going to pick you up on a little bit. It's all very nice for us to say this has nothing to do with religion, but that's not quite true. Religion is used as a motivator for people. And in fact, you can take parts of the Torah, the New Testament, and the Quran, and take these provisions, and they can be used to inspire all sorts of hatred. And across the centuries, different parts of different religions have done so. What we see in this century, because of the impact of information technology, a vast spread of communication, is the distorted message of the religious text is passed to a lot more people and a lot faster. So religion is used as a motivator, but are these people true Muslims? I don't think so. In the same way that a pedophile priest has done such a heinous act that it takes him outside of the spectrum of Christianity, in my view. I don't care how much a pedophile priest tells me he's a Christian, his actions prove to me he's not. And I don't care how much a terrorist proclaims Allahu Akbar, he's not a Muslim by the very actions that he's undertaking. But we need to be aware that religion is being used as a motivator. And that's part of what I was talking about earlier, about setting up the world of who is the us and who is the them. And our language and our words now have to be very, very important. If we want us to be all moderates against all radicals, consider this. When the Charlie Hebdo attacks happened back in January, the tragedy in Paris, 12 journalists were killed. In response, we, the West, a number of world leaders and hundreds of thousands of people protesting up and down the streets in Paris for an objection to the murder, but also demanding the right to free speech and demanding the right to offend. Everybody recognised those cartoons were offensive. Yet a few weeks earlier, 132 children and 9 teachers, including a friend of mine, were butchered in a school in Peshawar in Pakistan because the children had committed the sin of being the children of military officers who are fighting the radicals that we too are also fighting. Yet we said almost nothing. So what is the signal that we're sending to moderate Islam? We will protest loudly for the right to offend you, but we'll be silent when your children die. Is this the way that we create a collaborative partnership with moderate Islam? And you want to know something? I really don't like the term moderate Islam. I would prefer to say real Muslims. There are extremists and there are real Muslims. Moderate Islam are just like all of us, normal, everyday people that follow the God of Abraham, like Jews, like Christians, like Muslims. But the terrorists have stepped so far out of that, I don't think it's valid to call them Muslims. I don't think it's valid to say they're religious. But we do need to recognise, Mohammed, that religion is used as a motivator.
Can I just go back to Mohammed? Do you want to... Would you like to respond to that analysis?
Sure. I mean, we see in the media all the time that people say Muslims in the community haven't come out and haven't denounced this, but yet they selectively choose what to hear and what not to hear. And I'm constantly in a bit of a battle of saying, how do we come as a community to move forward on this issue? How do we bring together people from all walks of life and actually understand and sit down and talk to each other and learn from each other?